What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball video where today I'm going to be starting up a new series called Dragon Ball Q&A, where similar to Fan Mail of the Week, you guys get to ask me any sort of Dragon Ball questions you guys want, and in retrospect, I will answer with the best of my knowledge to you guys. So this is only going to be in pertains to Dragon Ball, so lots and lots of Dragon Ball talk to do here. I've actually gathered up several questions from you guys over the course of the last few weeks, and of course, if you guys have any Dragon Ball related questions of your own to ask me, simply drop them in the comment section below. If you guys have fan mail, do the hashtag fan mail. If this pertains to Dragon Ball Q&A, hashtag Dragon Ball Q&A. Obviously enough, they will both be very separate, so I will be doing Dragon Ball Q&A sessions here and fan mail separately. So without wasting any time, guys, let's begin with our very first question. But of course, if you guys haven't already done so, and of course if you guys have the time to do so, please go ahead and check out my second channel. The link will be down below, called UnrealEnt Network. Subscribe on that channel as well, guys. Lots of alternative content that you guys will not find on here. And of course, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more daily uploads. So let's begin with our very first question from Toxin Superhero. Hey Unreal, you are the best Dragon Ball YouTuber. Thank you. Me and my brother watch your videos every day, and I love your discussions and your what if battles. So we saw you were doing a Dragon Ball Q&A, so here are my questions. P.S. My brother had the same too. Alright, so questions from both you and your brother. Alright, so question number one, in your opinion, what if the Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT roster battled against each other, similar to Universe 6 versus Universe 7 style? Which 5 characters, any, would you have for both teams? It's a very good question. And your final question is, what do you think would win between Final Form Frost and Final Form Frieza, Resurrection F? Keep in mind that Frost held his own against Super Saiyan Goku post Time Chamber 2, so what do you think? Hope this makes it onto your Q&A. Well, thank you for your questions, by the way. Now, 5-on-5 GT versus Super. A lot of people are going to like bicker on this, saying that, well, you know, GT's like head and shoulders above the Super because of the power gaps and whatnot. You know, they're far ahead of, like, you know, the current Super characters and whatnot. But if I had to choose 5 characters from Dragon Ball Super and any 5 characters from Dragon Ball GT, this would be my roster. So over on Dragon Ball Super, I would have Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, I would have Hit, I would have Vados, and I would have Whis. Those would be my 5 characters. Actually, you know what? That seems a little bit too OP'd. I would do Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Hit. Damn, this is a good one. You know what? Aside from Vados and all that, I'm gonna choose Vados and Beerus. So Goku, Vegeta, Hit, Vados, and Beerus. Over on Dragon Ball GT side, I would have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, I know, right? I would have Super Baby Vegeta, Super Android 17, General Rildo, and last but not least, Majub. So we have 5-on-5 right there. Comment down below as to who you guys think would win, which team do you guys think holds the advantage. That's a very good lineup if you ask me. So, actually, did I say Omega? Well, Omega's in there either way. So, that'll be like such a monstrosity of a battle. Like, that would be like the be-all, end-all fight in my opinion. So, those would have to be the 5-on-5 characters that I would have to choose. And to answer your final question, honestly, even though Final Form Frost was able to hold his own, that really doesn't mean much. That really doesn't mean much. Although Goku was holding back significantly against Frost, obviously killing is not allowed, and Goku doesn't kill to begin with. So, but in this particular situation, I would have to say Frieza, only because Frieza's more cunning, and I think that Frieza would go for the kill relatively quick. First, I think he would toy around with Frost just to see how he is. But later on, I think that once his Death Beams kick in, once his Destructo Disc kicks in and stuff, I think that Frieza definitely holds the advantage. So in my opinion, at least, guys, I would have to go with Final Form Frieza on this one. Some people might differ. They might say, well, you know, Frost was able to take a lot of Goku's damage and come back. Well, I mean, even if that's the case, even if Frost did take heavy damage from Goku and still be able to fight back, keep in mind that Goku was holding back a lot. So in this little particular battle, I would have to say Lord Frieza for the win. So thank you so much for your questions, my friend. Now moving on to the next question, which is from Dinosaur Maniac 2. Your content is always entertaining. Thanks for taking the time to answer this. If you see it, I've seen it. I think this is your first question. Question number 1. What if Gohan fought first in the Cell games? Would the events have been different near the end, or would everyone find a way to survive? Question number 2, name your own 5-on-5 villains only universal tournament using bad guys from Dragon Ball, and you can use any villain from any timeline. Okay. Question number 3, who's the strongest Earthling in your opinion? I think it's Krillin. And your last question, I believe it is, do you prefer Cell coming back of Super Buu? Wait, what? Do you prefer Cell coming back of Super Buu, similar to Frieza's resurrection, and why? Well, I'm guessing that you're saying Cell over Super Buu. But thank you for the questions, needless to say. Now, to answer your first question, if Gohan fought first within the Cell Games tournament, I think that Gohan would have died. Cell is actually a very, very strategic fighter, but he's also very cunning as well. I made a video called Top 10 Fighters That Beat Goku, and I brought up the fact that Goku lost against Cell, and he technically did. Even Goku admitted that he was not strong enough to fight Cell, even if he was just throwing the fight to allow Gohan to pick up to see how Cell was fighting and whatnot. It still was an indefinite loss. Goku quit against Cell. When you quit, you lose. Like, I've never heard of someone quitting and winning. So even though Goku was holding back to a degree, he admitted that Cell was stronger than him. So if Gohan fought first, I think that Gohan would have fell, because Gohan, first and foremost, would not have seen how Cell fought. Secondly, I think that Gohan wouldn't have had the motivation to go in there right off the bat and just fight Cell, because having to see his dad struggle, having to see his dad go through a lot, that kind of like motivated him. And I would have to say, to a degree, also, you know, kind of like pushed him to like fight even better or even more intensely than before. So would the events have gone differently? Perhaps, yes. I would have loved to see everyone gang up on Cell, kind of like jump him, but then again, that's that's not traditional Dragon Ball. So would the outcome be different towards the very end? Perhaps, maybe so. I think Gohan would have been beaten down severely in comparison to anyone else, because I think Cell would have wanted to go through Gohan just so he can get through Goku. So I think that Cell would definitely go, like, just beat the holy mess out of Gohan just to get to Goku. So to answer your second question, 5-on-5 villains only. Oh my god. All right, well, this is actually a little hard for me to choose, because like you're putting me on the spot here, but I would have to say on one side we have Super Buu Gohan Absorbed, we have Golden Frieza, we have Final Form Frost, we have Boltamo, even though he's not really considered evil. You know what? Screw Boltamo. We'll put in Janemba, and we have, last but not least, we have Super Android 13. And on the other side, we have Black Goku. We have, I guess you could say, Super Baby Vegeta. I would also include Perfect Cell. I would also include, who else can I include here? Kid Buu. And my last fighter would probably be, if I had to pick someone, I would have to say Android 19, just for the sake of absorbing. I know Android 19 would probably be the first one to go, but those would be my lineups, to be honest. So just right off the bat, that'd be pretty cool if you ask me. So to answer your third question, who is the strongest Earthling in my opinion? You say it's Krillin. I think it's Tien Shinhan. Tien is a very, very good fighter. He is a very excellent fighter when it comes to like duration. Like, this guy can surely take a lot of damage and keep on going. So for me, at least, I would have to say Tien Shinhan. But if other people want to say Krillin, I do understand where exactly you're coming from. But if you guys believe it's actually Krillin, then comment down below and let me know as to why. And to answer your final question, do I prefer Cell coming back over Super Buu? Yes. If Cell came back similar to Frieza's resurrection, I think that it'll make more sense than Super Buu having to come back, because Cell has more of a reason to obtain more power. He has more of a reason to pretty much go all out against everyone else for what they did to him. And he has more of a reason to go after Gohan and Goku for what they did to him, pretty much. So I can definitely see him training and getting stronger too, because keep in mind, Cell never trained either, and he does possess Frieza's, cellular traits in him. So imagine if he did train, like, this dude would have been like a monstrosity towards like the very end. So if Cell came back and he trained, he would pose a huge threat. So I would much rather prefer Cell over Buu, to be honest. But anyways, Mr. Dinosaur, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very, very wonderful day, my friend. Now moving on to the next question, which is from the Amazing Bacon. Notice me, I've noticed you, senpai. Here are my Dragon Ball questions, Mr. Unreal. Hope you see this, and sorry if they are long, just wanted to annoy you. Well, gee, thank you so much, and get your opinions. Question number 1, so if Gogeta returned towards the end of the Universal Tournament and battled Hit, who would you say would end up winning then, especially with Hit consistently improving? Would Gogeta survive or no? Question 2, who would win in a fight, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan or Majin Vegeta? Question number 3, do you think it's possible for there to be more androids scattered throughout the world, hidden from anyone's knowledge? And if you think about how secretive it can be, do you think there is at least one more still left out there? And your last question is, Who would Gohan beat if he was in the Universal Tournament? Ha, that's a good question. Thank you for the question, Mr. Bacon. Now, to answer your first question, Gogeta versus Hit. That would have been a fucking epic-ass fight. Nobody out there can refute that. Having to see Gogeta go in there as a Super Saiyan Blue against Hit, yeah, I think, like, during the first half of the duration, if Gogeta was, like, literally, like, toying around, he would beat down Hit so bad. Hit would get his ass whooped, but if Hit was able to adapt, if Hit was able to increase his Toki Tobashi, if Hit was able to pretty much increase his power during the entire duration of their fight, then Hit, I would have to say, would also give Gogeta a definite fight for his money, because we saw how Hit was able to contend with Goku, even as a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. So, and that was because Hit was getting adjusted to Goku's technique. So, I think that if Gogeta were to try right from the get-go, Hit is finished. But if Hit actually stood in there and he adapted to Gogeta's techniques, then I think they would be even. Now, here's the thing, right? The manga and the fucking anime. People are going to be like, well, in the manga, Hit got beat. Who cares about the fucking manga? Go by the anime. At least I want to go by the anime, because the anime portrayed Hit as a bigger badass than the fucking manga. Because in the manga, Hit was getting his ass beat by SSG Goku. And then SSB Goku, it's like, alright, well, didn't really seem like that much of a problem when he first stepped in there, but in the anime, he knocked out Vegeta, and he gave Goku just a severe beatdown. So, even though Goku still quit against Hit, because he was the first one to ring himself out, therefore allowing Monaka to step up, I think that if this was Gogeta, Gogeta would have eliminated Hit. But of course, if Gogeta didn't try, if Gogeta was like just toying around, then there would be a huge problem. But I think that if Gogeta were to take him as serious as he did with Janemba, then Hit is finished. I'm sorry, but like Gogeta would definitely survive. Gogeta at that form would definitely survive. I think the only factor is time, but I think that with Gogeta's powers, I think that time isn't really a factor. So, to answer your second question, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan or Majin Vegeta, right off the bat, I'm going to say Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta was a fucking freak of nature. I think that we all agree that he would beat Gohan down pretty bad. And if anything, probably final explosion his way out of there. So, Gohan is finished. I'm sorry. To answer your third question, do I believe there's more androids scouted out there because of how secretive they can be preserved? I mean, I think that there might be at least 1 or 2 more androids left. But then again, they blew the lab up. Like, there's nothing remaining, or there's nothing left of Dr. Giro's history for there to be a supercomputer to continue his vision. So I think that in terms of there being any more androids, no, I don't think so. Is it possible? Hell yeah, because the Earth is so big. There could be androids, you know, in the Arctic, hitting inside the ice. There could be androids, you know, deep beneath the Earth. There could be androids somewhere out there, like on a floating ship. Like, you'll never really know. So, with the concept of there being more androids, it's been over and done with as of right now. We've been there and done that in terms of like having to see so many androids. So I don't think there are any more left. But if there were, I would definitely be surprised. And it is possible because the Earth is so big, you know. And to answer your final question, Gohan beating anybody. Honestly, I would love to see Gohan versus Frost. That would have been a really good fight. Gohan versus Botamo would have also been very interesting. But I think if there was anyone that would give him a definite run, I would say it would be Frost. Gohan versus Frost would have been a very, very entertaining ass fight to watch. Just because like Gohan is really weak and Frost isn't really that strong. So having to see these two like beat the dog shit out of each other like would be really awesome. And to see Frost try to attempt to poison Gohan would be really something as well, because it'll be almost like, wow, like, can Gohan survive, you know, Frost's poison? So I would have to say Gohan would probably eliminate Botamo and maybe Frost, maybe. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you so much for the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Enzo. Hey, Unreal, I've been watching you for 3 years, and I wanted to say that you are incredibly amazing and a really nice person, despite what people say. Thank you. By far the most humble Dragon Ball YouTuber based on everyone that knows you. The haters will always find a reason to complain. Yes, they will. But don't let them get to you. Seems like you have a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience, bro. A lot. I wanted to get your take on the following. You spelled wanted wrong, by the way, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Question number 1. Do you believe that if Kaba learned the Super Saiyan Blue transformation prior to fighting Vegeta, that he would have beaten him, changing the outcome by the end? I think Kaba would have damaged Vegeta, even caused him to lose if he was a god too. So what are your thoughts? Question number 2. What are your top 5 Dragon Ball video games? Question number 3. Who do you think would win between Golden Frieza and Omega Shenron? I think Golden Frieza because of his ruthlessness. And your last question seems everyone seems to shit on Piccolo, but not me. So do you think that Piccolo has a chance on staying irrelevant again? Well, thank you for the questions, Mr. Enzo. Now to answer your first question, if Kaba learns Super Saiyan Blue, despite what anybody would say, Kaba would not beat Vegeta at all. I think Vegeta is way ahead of the game, and I think that Vegeta definitely has the advantage over Kaba. So I think that even if Kaba knew the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, he wouldn't have fared up well against Vegeta. Although it would have been such a great fight to see, given Vegeta's tenacity and his ruthlessness, as you said, and being that he is more battle tested than Kaba. I think that although Kaba would damage him, I think that Vegeta would ultimately win. So I don't think the outcome would have been different. However, I think that some people may disagree and they might say, well, Kaba pretty much messed him up as a Super Saiyan, so even as a Super Saiyan Blue, he has a chance. I don't think that's the case, but I think that if Kaba was a Super Saiyan Blue, he would definitely give Vegeta a great fight. But in the end, Vegeta wins. To answer your second question, what are my top 5 games? I don't really have top 5s, but I would have to say Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Budokai 3. The one after that would probably be Raging Blast 2, and then finally probably Burst Limits. So those would have to be my 5 as of right now, until Xenoverse 2 drops, of course. Who would win between Golden Frieza and Omega? Ooh, Omega's strong, guys. Omega is strong. If Frieza didn't have control over his form, then Omega. But if Frieza did have control over his body, that would be a very hard fight to call, because Frieza would do anything and everything to survive. But the only difference is Omega is able to regenerate. So how much damage can Frieza do until Omega recovers? So I'm gonna have to go with Omega at full power, only because Frieza is ruthless, but Omega can regenerate, so that gives him the edge. And to answer your final question, can Piccolo be redeemed and can he stay relevant? I think he can. I just think that the actual direction in which they're going in as of right now doesn't seem to imply that Piccolo is going to be going down the road of being redeemed again. He's just a secondary character. He's a filler character. He's just there. The main focus is on Goku, on Black, on Trunks, on everyone else, Zamasu. So in terms of Piccolo, however, I'm sorry to say, but I can't see him being relevant. At least not as he once was during the Dragon Ball Z stages when he fought Android 17 and stuff. So, but anyways, Mr. Enzo, thank you for your questions, and I hope you have a great day. And once again, guys, I do want to say thank you all for sending me your Dragon Ball questions. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe for more daily uploads. If you guys enjoyed the Q&A, if you guys want to see more, punch that like button square in the face. Leave your thoughts down below. Again, I do want to say thank you all. Lots of interesting questions. If you guys differ from my personal comments, then comment down below as to what you guys prefer, and how exactly would you guys answer those questions, in terms of like the 5-on-5s and what would happen if Frieza fought Omega and stuff. Comment down below to your answers to the questions if you guys want to go ahead and answer them down below. If you guys have any video format fan mail to send me, send it to me down below. Just send me the links. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in for more, and I'll be seeing you all in the next Dragon Ball Q&A. Take it easy, guys. Peace!